Wagwan Generals, welcome to the Shift Gear podcast. It's really weird, actually, just you and I again. It's
I
like it
know
doesn't.
back in my normal setup actually. It feels like I
Yeah,
was
it's
gone for
weird.
way longer than I was, but
You got some sewage problems going on now too, eh?
bro, like my apartment just so I had that flood a couple months ago, and then I got home like literally 2 a.m. Like I was just fantasizing about taking a shower, going to bed. I show up in my bathroom and there's just like sewage everywhere because I guess the pipes or something happened while I was gone. So that wasn't fun. So my like landlord like Airbnb's his like upstairs unit, and like someone flushed stuff they weren't supposed to. And I don't know how long that was there because I was gone for like almost 3 weeks. So I like literally
Wait, someone
text.
wait, hold up. They flushed something they weren't supposed to?
Yeah, like they flushed like a feminine hygiene product and it got stuck in like the pipes because I had the
It
plumber
was
come too.
that delicate.
Well, there's other stuff too. I don't know. That's what the plumber told me.
That's crazy.
And then like
Okay.
what's it called? So I was pissed about that. So then like I got home, I like couldn't use my bathroom pretty much. So I was using my landlord's bathroom upstairs. And then like I had to wait a day because the cleaning lady couldn't come like the next day. So then she came
Yeah.
today, and the plumber came today. So that's why we're recording Shift Gear late Tuesday night. But my bathroom is spotless
I
now.
see.
Very nice. Um, but yeah, very
That
annoying.
dude, your unit's bad news bears, man.
Well,
Holy,
it was
like.
so good for the first 2 years I was here, and then now it's some bad luck lately. But
Yeah, it's like makes me think twice about anything. If the toiletry system is that like like it's fragile, man. Like one bad product, I got sewage in my basement. That's crazy, bro.
yeah, I'm sure it was like so like a bunch of buildup and that pushed over the edge. But I also the guy was from like the city of Toronto. He's like, "Oh, your pipes are like old or whatever." Like the design. He's like, "They don't make them like that anymore." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like,
Damn.
I don't really care because like I can't control that. But I was like,
Gotta
"That's so-"
lower my rent then, bro.
yeah, I know. I honestly should, bro. I should be asking for some discounts here after all I've gone through. But I've been
Absolutely,
pretty chill
bro.
to the guy honestly about everything. So uh,
Yeah, there was like one time where me and Kieran were like testing for I don't know where the hell we were going. We were just like chilling, testing on his table. He's like, "Yo, my landlord's just got to come down." This guy comes in like installs a dishwasher like in the middle of the link up. Like it's crazy business going on at the Kieran residence, bro. There's always
bro,
something going on over
and then
there.
he left his tools at my apartment for like a week and a half. I'm like, bro, can you come get these, please?
He seems like a good dude. Just
Oh,
seems
he's
like you've fallen under some
yeah,
unfortunate times here.
he's a super chill dude. I actually don't mind him. It's just like funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like a
just
doctor.
jokes.
Yeah, he's a chill guy. I like him. David, like, there's
That's
no way you
crazy,
listen
bro.
to my podcast, but if you do, you're a chill dude. Don't. I'm just playing.
Yeah, yeah, the real one, bro.
So,
Yeah, well, we're back anyways, and you
yeah,
got sewage now. You can go use the washroom whenever you need to. You can shower, which is awesome.
yeah.
I gotta explain this hat real quick. As you see, it doesn't like fit on my head even like a little bit.
For
It's meant for kids.
Spotify listeners, Aneil has a vintage like 1995 Pikachu Pokemon hat. It's pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, yeah, it's pretty clean. My buddy runs a vintage shop that I play soccer with, and he brought me some items. I bought this crew off him, and he gave me a bag, and out of this bag came this hat, and then like these like random cards. This is a guy I play soccer with. He just found that I like Pokemon, so he just gave me a bunch of stuff. So shout out, man, like Josh. This hat is sick. It doesn't fit on my head, but we got free ammo for the shift gear this week. So shout out, man, like Josh. Uh, we're kind of back to regularly scheduled programming here. Apparently Limitless is not, as they only have the first 7 decks of this entire tournament, and it's Tuesday night at time of recording. So I don't know Wagwan with Limitless right now, but we're back to regularly scheduled programming. We're gonna go through kind of our first thoughts of this new meta, go through Sacramento or what we have of it. Kieran's got some Chien-Pao list that went crazy in top 16 that I'm sure he's glazing over right now, and Little Dark Fury hit 69,420 subscribers. So shout out Little Dark Fury.
Shout out Matt,
It's a
man.
damn good week, man.
It is great.
That's the
So,
dog, bro. That is the dog.
um, yeah,
Where do you want to start?
yeah, we can start with Sac. So shout out Landon, back to back years winning a regional for Canada. That's our first regional win
Team
of the
Canada,
year.
baby.
Taking one from the States, you'd love to see it. Taking it down with the Dawn. I love his limitless page, bro. Like when this guy makes top cut, it's a win. He's got those
I've never seen it. Yo, this is jokes. What the
two
hell?
first place, man. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, there's like zero bot allegations here too, because there's some lost box entries in
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah.
There's some good stuff going on.
This is very. We got Inteleon Urshifu ninth place. Okay, he
Oh,
almost
this is
got
very
top at that
diverse.
one. Yeah, yeah. We got Mew VMAX. He was a Lugia bot for a bit. So Landon
Mm.
is yeah, he doesn't stick to one deck. I like it.
Yo, shout
So
out Landon, bro.
shout out
Shout out
Landon,
Landon for real.
goated, bro, goated.
Rowan scooped him for his YouTube video before we could, I guess.
Oh, did he? I should have reached out to Landon actually. Landon, I know Landon listens to our podcast. Landon, you're always welcome to come on the channel, on my
You're
channel
always
or the
welcome,
pod.
bro. Rowan hit his line real quick. Like there's a tweet, and I saw Rowan in the comments. He's like, "Yo, would you like to come on my channel and discuss?" I was like, "God damn, bro."
Bro, we still all right.
Mans.
We'll pull Landon like in the future for an episode. You know, like
absolutely.
He's
I'm not actually pressed. I'm just leaving.
You know, we'll give you Landon. You can get your shine with us, like a few months after. Hopefully you win another regional, so we get first dibs next regional win.
Yeah. Let me get that.
So, with Miraidon, I mean, I wasn't surprised to see Miraidon win. I actually wrote an article about Miraidon, Larry. I guess I wrote it a while ago, but it got published last week.
One of my students told me you wrote an article about Miraidon. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, like the deck's awesome. Like in terms of power, not like as a deck. I don't like the deck because it's bad for Lugia and it's an aggro deck. But I think Magneton is just like an insane card. It takes advantage of it like extremely well. I mean, like you don't care about giving up one prize because you attack with only 2 prizers. It activates Counter Catcher for you. It uses the box. It's actually insane how much play Secret Box sees now. I mean, I guess it has gotten buffed with cards like Area Zero and now like what's it called? I guess Latias coming out. So I mean, like Miraidon just got. I think Latias. I think I knew the card was super good, but just from playing with it, not just in this deck, I'm like, okay, this card's like even better than I thought it was gonna be. Just the maneuverability it gives a lot of decks is like insane. Like not having to worry about switching ever. I will say that's one weakness of a lot of these decks now. Like they don't play switch. Like Landon didn't play switch. Like you lose to block, you lose to sob, you lose to tempting trap or whatever Wiles attack is called. But yeah, the list. I think it's a pretty standard, aggressive, consistent list, right?
Yeah.
There's no research, so it's just literally 4 Arven, 4 boss. When I tested Landon's list, I said maybe one research might be nice because sometimes I secret box. I'm like, oh, research would actually go kind of hard right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I think it's just really good. Double hands, double peek. Yeah. Peek. It's just pretty. I don't have much to say about it.
It's common protocol here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did something that I look down on people for. I guess I shouldn't say that, but I did something that I normally don't do, and I played 3 days of Pokemon this weekend.
Wow.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I know, it's absolutely insane. Because I was kind of tilted coming off LAIC, and I'm like, yo, I got to get back in my bag here, you know? But I played Dawn for 2 of the 3 days, and honestly, like, my list was 2 or 3 cards off of this, and there was multiple times where I sat there, like, in Top Cut and stuff, people were watching me, and I was just, like, looking at my hand, I'm like, how does this deck even work? Like, there's a lot of junk, and it reminded me a lot of, like, the LAIC build from last year that just played a bunch of junk, but, like, this iteration of Miraidon feels like you play just, like, there's so many Pokemon and so many energies that some of your hands are just dreadful. So this is, like, an epic win for Landon here. To win a tournament with this is absolutely insane because a lot of the time you're not really playing the game. So as much as Miraidon is a bot deck, and I do agree with you that I think it is a bot deck a lot of the time and maybe not the best, but this iteration specifically puts a lot of emphasis on making the correct plays all the time. Because you make one misplay, you make one kind of inefficient step, and it can delay kind of your entire game. Like there are times where maybe you should nest ball for Mew, but you nest ball for the wrong thing, and you will get punished playing this. So let's not twist this at all. Like Miraidon actually right now does require a good bit of skill to play. And I've been trying to escape these allegations for over a year now. I know you hate Miraidon, and like we're not the most like pro Miraidon channel, but I will give respect where respect is due. And when I was playing this deck back-to-back days, I sat there multiple times thinking, I just got punished for a little minute misplay that I made, and it was really surprising to me. So this does take a little bit of skill, and congratulations to Landon and the second place finisher for piloting it this far, because there is like this looks like a 20-20-20 deck.
Yeah. So actually, let's talk about the second place list because the second place list was actually pretty unique. It was different than Landon's. He went with Irida over Arven as his supporter of choice. He also played Rad Ninja, so I guess he's saying like Irida gets me the ninja, gets you bundle and you go second. Like a lot of the times, like I don't know, like if you play against Regidrago, for example, they put Clef on the active. They don't have another 1 prize, or you go K bundle, take 2 prizes. So yeah, pretty interesting, Neil. What are your thoughts on Irida compared to playing Arven?
I don't know how I feel about it. I just feel like Arven is so crucial to your early turns, right? Like there's so many times where you want to Arven for a Force Seal before you squawk and make sure that you have like that response after you squawk with for whatever you need. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, like, I can't argue with results, obviously. But this is interesting. And I think like the ninja makes a lot of sense to me. I think that's the part that I really like because you play so much energy and a lot of the time your hand is just, as I mentioned, like
Like
stuck with a bunch of
5
energy.
energy,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I do like that quite a bit. It's just like I just don't know how much you lose here by not having Arven turn one. Like I
I
love the
mean,
idea of having Arven turn one.
so you go secret box turn 1, and then that gets the forest. So I mean, Arven is
Yeah,
good because you get forest, but I guess like you can just Irida for box and then get the stone that way, and then you get the
I
Greninja
guess.
or the bundle. So I think that's the rationale, which I kind of get. The other unique thing he does, he plays Rotom, which I actually think is pretty
I
good.
love Rotom. Yeah.
Because yeah, like your deck is literally all liabilities, like Squawk, Latias, Mew. I mean, Raikou and Raichu have 200 health. So yeah, putting like Rotom on the board doesn't matter. I think with this deck, it's like super important that you get a 2-prize knockout on your second turn when you go first. So I really like the Rotom. You get it off of Miraidon. It's super easy to get. So I think that was an awesome innovation. And he also plays the Blood Moon, which Landon didn't play. And I like Blood Moon. I think just having an easy option. Like a lot of games with Miraidon literally just come down to like you need to boss your last two. And Miraidon makes it really easy to, or sorry, Blood Moon makes it really easy. So
Yeah.
2 unique takes on the deck. I think it has a good matchup into Regidrago. And as we look at the rest of the top 8, I think it really paid off here playing Miraidon.
Yeah.
So
The other thing, one last thing I want to mention about this list. It plays this and Landon's list both played 4 nest ball, which going into the weekend was not the common consensus, and it felt. I had no idea why people were not playing 4 nest ball, so I really like the fact they are playing 4 nest ball. The one part with like Bear that kind of throws me off a little bit is you don't always have the search for it at the end of the game when you need to, and it is a liability early in the game if your Latias does get killed. So in my personal experience, I haven't enjoyed Bear too much. I found that with Bear and double hands, you have a lot of liabilities that you might be starting, but I totally get the Bear. And I also really like the Switch card. I think the Bear and the Switch card are kind of hand in hand. So that's kind of what I'm getting at with that. It's like if you play one, you kind of need to play the other. So I really do enjoy that as well.
Yeah, I think Landon played the skate. I always forget what it's called. He played the skateboard card, rescue board. Like you can maybe just switch this to switch card instead. So,
and that's just an Irida for Arven change too, right? Like it's like I don't play that
yeah.
many Arvens, so I might as well just play a switch card.
Cool. Actually, before we move on to the next second, what do you think? Do you think Miraidon's going to cut into Raging Bolt's meta share, or do you think it's just going to like cut into other decks' meta share and go up? Because Raging Bolt, I think, was still 12% or something.
Yeah, like we've talked about it. It is a similar clientele that enjoys both these decks.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do think that the Miraidon guys are quite loyal to Miraidon. As far as like my personal experience and like talking with people, like it feels like it doesn't actually feel like they cross too much. Like I feel like the Raging Bolt people are quite loyal to Raging Bolt, and the Miraidon people are quite loyal to Miraidon. I also think that Miraidon is kind of its own entity. Like it kind of plays the game a little bit differently than Bolt does. Despite them both being aggro decks, like they just have different priorities. They have different ways of kind of going about the game. And there's a version of Miraidon with that Sage and Park made with the Pikachu. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And grass and metal
I
and
did not
crystal
like
and stuff.
that one.
Like no, me neither. But there are ways you can kind of innovate with Miraidon. I think that's also attractive to people. With Bolt, you kind of have like that staple 60, but with Miraidon, like there's a lot of movement. You can do a lot of things.
Yeah, so I think, okay, if I had to ask you this question, then, is it going to, so we have the regional in Stuttgart this weekend, is it going to make the graphic on the first page? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Bolt's going to go down naturally anyways, though, because Bolt hasn't been performing. So, like, that's part of it as well. But yeah, I think absolutely it makes the graphic.
Yeah, cool. I agree. I think my guess is it's going to be like 4th on the graphic.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Cool. All right, so we had the Cheeseman, get top 4. Honestly, Gholdengo's kind of been on a super sneaky run this year. Top 4 LAIC.
Inevitable.
Top 4 this tournament. It got 2nd or top 4 at another regional in Europe, I think. So this is, I mean, we talked about it. The Toga Kiss. We hope this card's not good, but here it is, top 4 in a regional. And like now you have the Energy Searcher Pro. You literally play one of every type of energy. So yeah, I think Gholdengo got one of the biggest buffs from the set for sure with the Energy Searcher. And then I guess Togekiss wasn't like 100% like that it was going to be in the deck, but yeah, it seems like it's actually replaced in this at least iteration. It's replaced the Palkia line. So what are your thoughts on the Gholdengo?
I'll be 100% transparent. Not that I'm not normally, but I really like Gholdengo. I've been playing it the last 2 days since this came out. Just been. Don't tell my boss. Just playing a little PTCG live while I work, just the usual. And I really enjoy it. The Togekiss does help a lot. It's one of those cards, and I didn't really realize this until I picked up the deck. But so if you get Togekiss down turn 1, and you take 3 kills of any variety, 2 prize, 1 prize, a combination of both, you normally just need one flip to go your way to kind of
Yeah, you
swing
have
that entire trade.
a 7 and 8 chance of taking an extra prize at some point in the game.
Exactly. And so like that does quite a bit. And so I think it's kind of understated when Togekiss came out. Like we're thinking like, oh, it's so flippy, it's so gimmicky, whatever. But you just need one to go your way, and it kind of changes the entire premise of the game. The other impact it has is when you concede the first 2 prizes, you can also just high roll the 25% chance, flip double heads on Wonderkiss, and you win the game going 3-3.
Yeah.
So there are like multiple ways to get this to work. With Gholdengo, what I've noticed is the same players are very good with Gholdengo. There's a very like specific set of skills that are required to play Gholdengo. Like the sequencing is actually quite different to a lot of other decks. Just 'cause you have coin bonus, you have Fez, you have Cypher, you got all this stuff. And the one thing that I noticed as well about Energy Search Pro that I really like is it kind of plays like a battle compressor a little bit. For those of you who weren't around previously, battle compressor is a card that like searches out cards and discards them. So
it's like the blender
by
card.
using yeah, exactly. So by using Energy Search Pro, you're getting all your energies in discard early, so you're no longer having to dig for them. You're basically, when you need combo turns, you just need that one superior rather than trying to draw into all these energies, which was an issue in the past. So I like it, man. I think this deck is really strong. I don't think it's going to have a strong showing, obviously.
I don't think it'll have a high play rate either. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's like you said, it's deceivingly good, man.
Yeah, I agree. The thing that makes this deck so good, in my opinion, is that you get a 1 prize board on turn 1, unless you start Fez, which is like the odds of that, I can't calculate it right now, but I'm sure it's like sub 5%.
You can calculate anything, bro. Come on. You got this.
On my head right now. I know the formula
4, 5,
for
6,
it,
7, 8, 9. So it's
I can't do it off the top of my head, bro.
Yes, you can. Man.
Maybe Stefan Erickson can do it off the top of his head, but so yeah, I think this deck's really good. I need to put more time, bro. Like it's just like I don't have enough time to play all these decks, bro. I'm like, there's so many decks I want to try, like this, like try Quaff, which we'll talk about after. So yeah. And
I was boosting to the boys in the botanical garden. We were walking around how you're like the master statistician in terms of just like random multiplication tables. So I'm looking like a liar right now. It's crazy.
What's it called? I have when I play the game. Like I have a rough idea in my head always of like what the odds are of stuff happening. Like probably my margin of error, like in a real game, is like probably like 5%. But it's like a good habit to get into of like understanding just like rough odds. Yeah. When you deck build, I think it's really important that you understand like how the odds work on opening. Like for example, when I used to play Chien-Pao, and like I'd be like, should I play like 70 HP Fridge or like should I play Manaphy? I'm like, well, each additional one you add adds like a 5% or 6% that you open with a bad starter, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's
putting metrics is important because it also helps you make decisions in the long run too, right? Like when you're trying to dig for one card, you're like, hey, I have 3 of this one, 2 of that one, and it might seem simple to some people, but it goes over a lot of people's heads, so it does matter.
Exactly. So learn basic statistics. Helps you out in the game. So
great advice.
I think the other thing is Regidrago like absolutely dominated this tournament. We have 5 in top 8. Regidrago's like slowly like getting to that like Silver Tempest Lugia kind of like conversion rate here. In the top cuts. I mean, I think part of it is just like all the good players play it. Like if I look at this top cut, like the 5 of the people playing Drago are all like very good players, right? Like I mean, you have Isaiah, he's won an IC. You have John, he's won a regional. Brent, he's won a regional, got second IC. G-Shen has a bunch of top cuts. I think that was Noah's first top cut, but I think he has a bunch of day 2s. Yeah, it was his first top cut.
Oh, look at that, yeah. Yo, go back. Was that a bunch of Lugia ones?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Gardevoir. Okay. The allegations are gone. It's all good. There's Gardevoirs.
Yeah.
No allegations.
Is Pal Archintel? So
it just would have been hilarious if it was just like Drago, Lugia. So that's my dream limitless page.
So Grant and John played a pretty similar deck. I mean, I know they're friends. They've tested together. Their deck was interesting when I looked at it. They were playing the Executor and they played the Terra Orb. So how do you feel about the Alolan Executor in the deck? I'm personally
jokes.
I don't think you really need it, but I mean, 2 of them were in top 8, so.
Yeah, I also don't think you need it. I think when you go back in it, like this list is so tight, right? Like we've known this for months. Like the Drago list is so tight, and like if you scroll down, I think this is the list that. Sorry, no, it wasn't this one, but one of the ones in the top 8 had like, had like 50 limitless entries like underneath it, and like it's such a well refined 60. So to make 1 card change is a huge deal. To make a 2 card change is an even bigger deal. I do like Terra Orb. I think that card actually could be good because you can search out an attacker when you need one. Also, you can get Ogremon, which is clutch.
Yeah.
But like Executor itself, like I see the use cases. I understand where it can be good, but I also like it just feels kind of gimmicky to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like I listened to Grant Manley talk about it. He said it was like the worst card in his deck when he played it. I'll have to message G-Shen and ask him if this card's fake or not. I don't know, like it's just like one of those things where it's like you're saying the deck is so tight. I'm like, is Terra Orb and Executor really worth it over playing like, I don't know, like a Halucha, for example, or the second Dragapult, another Iono, something like that, right? They also played 2 fire, but they added an SER for the 3rd fire, which I think is a reasonable cut. So
Yeah, I think so too. I actually found something on my desk that I meant to show earlier, but I bought you some cards from LAIC to signify your last year's run. I unfortunately couldn't find Gardevoir, but all I found was Pass the Batalla VIP.
Hey, bro,
so I got you 2 copies. What's up?
I didn't play it last year, so you gotta put an X on it.
Oh, you didn't play. You played the no VIP. That's even better.
Bro.
So I'm gonna put it. Hang on. Where's my Sharpie?
Yeah, you'll get that.
I'll put a giant X through it
later.
Put an
X. Okay, give me one that's normal. Give me one that's an X.
I also bought Generator Electrico for myself. Yeah, and then there's a whole stash here, but most importantly, Ogremon.
The water.
We got Ogremon, baby. So I went kind of crazy. I just wanted to kind of show you that on the pod. I will get an X through it and then deliver it to your house whenever your sewage is fixed because
it is fixed. No
I don't want to be. Yeah, I don't know if I trust it. I don't want to be walking through any nasty defecation water. But once it's fixed, I will be there.
All right, I appreciate that, Aneil. Thank you.
I got you, bro.
Yeah. So I should have bought more Portuguese cards. I mean, you know what I should have done? I like literally realized when I got on the plane, I should have brought my top 8 Ultra Ball and Nest Ball from LAIC the past years and put it in my deck. I'm like, that would have been like a flex and like good luck.
I didn't know that you could play Portuguese cards in our decks.
You can play like whatever region's language, like if you're in that region. So EUIC, you can bring that Ogrepon and then or Ogremon. You can play it if you want.
I don't think it's the good Ogremon. Yeah, it's the water one. I don't know what I'm doing with this.
It might be good, bro. You can play control.
Yeah.
So.
All right, there's a giant X now through your VIP pass I just made.
Perfect. So thank you. Yeah, you know what? Put it next to the other one. Jeremy's going to be at Toronto Regionals. You can give it to Jeremy.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah,
I'm down. Sounds good.
Cool. Yeah, I think G-Shan and John had the most unique list. Like we said, Brent here. I mean, he literally is playing like the basic one. Actually, one other thing we're talking about, like on G-Shan's list, same with John. They played Pokestop as their stadium. They took out the Temple. I mean, it makes sense. I think Lugia's way down in meta share. I think it'll keep going down in meta share. And I guess they're just saying Raging Bolt's a bad matchup. Whatever. We don't need Jamming Tower. I'd rather just set up more with the Pokestop. So I think that's very reasonable.
Yeah,
Noah's this actually? I haven't looked at his list yet. Is he playing the same stock list? No, he's playing his own list. I mean, it looks pretty standard. He just cut Noctowl for
2 fires.
Yeah. He also went Superior over 3rd fire. One thing I do want to mention is that Brent and Noah didn't play Goodra, then Grant and John did. I think you're trolling in this format, in Masters at least, if you're not playing Goodra, because I mean, Mirror is so popular that you need Goodra. Goodra is also really good against Lost Zone Pikachu, because it just protects your Drago. So I don't know. If you play Drago, in my opinion, you should be playing Goodra.
I've always been a huge fan of Goo too because it gets you out of like weird scenarios. There's so many application bases. It's not like Alolan Executor or Ciaran where it's like specific applications. Like Goodra is just like a Swiss Army knife.
Exactly. So yeah, in Masters, especially if you're going deep, like Regidrago will be the top tables. If you're in like juniors, I don't really think you need to play it because like people just play Raging Bolt in juniors. They don't play Regidrago really. Seniors also love playing Regidrago. So if you're a senior, I recommend playing Goodra in your deck. So cool.
Final thought on this list.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Just on the 2 fire energy thing, it's never resonated with me. I've never liked it. I understand you play before Vessel. I just find that it makes it difficult if you prize one to ever set up multiple attackers, which, as we know, is can be an issue with this deck. I won't go as far as to say it's greedy, but I would definitely, if you're like a lesser experienced Regidrago player, definitely start with the 3 fires. And ease your way in, and maybe if you can cut it, you can cut it. But yeah, just start with it.
And pop quiz. If you play 2 fires, what are the odds you prize one?
Oh God. I once knew this actually. Is it 6%?
20%.
20%.
That you prize at least one, and then the odds that you prize both of them, it's like 1 in like 120 games.
It's 20% that you prize at least one?
If you play 2 copies of a card, yeah.
In a 60 card deck, so you have 58 other cards. You're prizing. Oh, that actually makes a ton of sense. Yeah, because there's 2 of them. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Master Statistician. I'll never forget that.
No problem, dog. If you guys want like stuff like that, go watch Stefan's channel. It's called PokeMath. He does tons of great episodes on really niche topics with math. They're really fun to watch. Honestly, it's like criminally underrated, his channel. I'm like, this is like the type of content that helps you get better instead of like, I don't know, just watching people play games online. So
Yo, say names, bro.
Huh?
Call it the
No,
names.
I'm not saying like I make videos
Who's
like that.
brain rotting, fam?
I make videos like that sometimes. I'm just saying like it's sometimes you like it's I don't know, like going deeper, right? Helps you learn. So
All right, so every man boycott ciarantcg. This guy is just putting brain rot out in the universe. Boycott that. We're only gonna watch LDF from now on.
Yeah, go watch LDF for stats, bro.
I watch LDF for meta choices.
Bro, I was talking to Matt the other day, I'm like, I love LDF's channel because like I don't go on it all the time, but I'll go on it and like I'll see a thumbnail and he'll be like, this is exactly what my like charger bug deck needed. I'm like, bro, what is your charger bug deck? So like I'm like
and his jokes, yo, it's the funniest part is he's actually a good player. That's the funniest part because like this guy's playing like Charge of Buggas on his stream, and then he comes to like Manta and goes like 6-0 with like Lost Box Pikachu. Like, bro, what the hell?
Bro,
man?
it's like funny because I'm like, yo, if you're like a loyal LDF watcher, like if you know the lore, you're like, oh, yo, he has this Charge of Bug deck he played like 6 months ago, and now like it got updated with whatever's in that video. So,
yo, the LDF biography is gonna go so hard one day, bro. Guys started in the trenches, man.
I love going on LDF's channel, just looking at his titles. And also, like, bro, like, how do you come up with this many decks? I'm like,
yeah, I don't know.
LDF's goated, bro. I love LDF.
LDF is so good. That's what happens when you live in like northern Oshawa. There's not much else to do, you know. Play PTCG live, find decks all day.
Yes. Okay. All right. So we don't have all the results from Limitless. All right, there we go.
Sewage voice diff, bro.
We're back. I've been coaching all day. I lost my voice, I guess.
I've been inhaling defecation fumes.
So there's a couple decks that did well I saw on Twitter, so I wanted to like showcase them. There's a cloth deck that got top 32. This is Richard's tweet. I think his friend also got top 32 who played it with him. There you go. His name's Patrick. It was pretty cool. I think Cloth is... I've played some games with Cloth. Latios also makes this deck good, but the Precious Trolley like goes insane in this deck. Like turn 1, you literally get like Cloth, you get Oranguru, you get Latios, you get Squawk, you get Peckrunt if you want to put Oranguru in the active sometimes, and then like go into the Peckrunt. There's poison.
You get baby Peckrunt too.
Yeah, you get like Sneasler. It's actually insane. Damn. You need to open with the stadium to make it really good. But even without the stadium, it's just really cool. So I think this deck's really awesome. I think I would make some changes maybe to this list a little bit, but I think it's a really good starting point for Cloth. And I think this one takeaway from this tournament is like there's so many unique decks doing well that you can really play like almost anything. So no, I thought this.
I'll be honest, I haven't touched this deck, so I don't know much about this. Have you tried it?
Yeah, I've played like a couple games with it. It was pretty decent. In theory, in my head, I'm like, oh, it actually has some pretty good matchups. The one thing I like is like Terrapagos. If you put the Mochi on it and Sneasler, you hit 280. You actually hit 290, so you can one shot the V-Stars. And then Cloth is like a one prizer. It's good into like a lot of stuff. Like you can one shot. A lot of things are weak to fighting. Like Blood Moon, Miraidon's weak to fighting. Hand's weak to fighting. Fez is weak to fighting. So no, it's really cool. To see Cloth doing well. Got top 16 LAIC as well. So I don't know, maybe Cloth on the radar for people.
Beastly. Absolutely beastly.
And then Aneil, this was so hype for me. We had Cian-Pao in the top 16.
Here we go. All right, take it away. Start the monologue.
That's just hype for me, bro. To see Cian-Pao coming back here. Honestly, the list it's kind of like a classic list. It got double canceling Cologne. It has a Pal Pad in here. We got a boss. Eileen. There's no Cypher. I'm not gonna lie, this list seems a little greedy and inconsistent, but I guess he made top 16, so what am I to say? Yeah. Who am I to say? Double Clone kind of makes sense. You have the Greninja package, and I guess also if Pikachu's popular, you can shop Pikachu. That's sick. It's just Cian-Pao, man. Ice emoji.
Also, very nice looking deck, I will say.
Oh yeah, he's got all the secret. Actually, his deck's all blinged out. He has the wrong rare candies. I'll forgive that. The wrong Chien-Paos. That's fine.
You can offset that by the fact that his Greninja is stamped. That thing's like $100.
That is nice. Okay, let me his matchups here. He faced Snorlax, Lugia.
He only hit one Drago, which is something we should preface this with.
You actually beat Drago if you go first.
Anyways, we still should preface it.
Yeah. Bro, this guy also played double clone Palpad Silene, so he actually does farm Snorlax. That used to be like one of the sports matchups. Lost Bone, Drago, Pidgeot. Yeah, these all seem like very winnable matchups. That's hype. Good for Cian-Pao.
Shout out Cian-Pao.
Also, I had a very wholesome Cian-Pao story for my vacation. I was surprised you didn't know about, so I'm actually very excited I get to tell you on the pod about the story. So, I was on Isla Grande for like 3 or 4 days with my friend. We did scuba diving lessons. So yeah, your boy's scuba dive or PADI, whatever it's called, certified now. I can scuba dive around the world. So okay, we went scuba diving, and I was wearing my like world shirt, and like the guy didn't say anything the first day, and he followed me on Instagram, my instructor, the other day, so he could like message us about stuff. And I came back the next day. He's like, "Oh, I saw on your Instagram you play Pokemon." He's like, "Oh, like I play like on the online sometimes." And I thought he was talking about Pocket, because I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I like Pocket, right?" And he started explaining to me the decks, right? He's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh, like what deck do you play?" He's like, "Oh, like I play, I don't know what it's called, but you put water energies." And I was like, "Oh, like Articuno with Misty." He's like, "No. He's like, it's like a dinosaur." I was like, "Wait, Baxcalibur?" He's like, "Yeah, Baxcalibur." He's like, "With Chien-Pao, you know that deck?" I'm like, "Bro, do I know that deck?" Well, that's my favorite deck. So I got all hype, and then me and this like scuba diving instructor for just like half an hour while we were waiting on the boat to go to our next dive spot, we were just like talking about Pokemon, and I was like, "Bro, like this is insane." And like this guy, like he's only played live. He didn't even know there was like real tournaments, right? So I was just like so hyped that this guy's a Cian-Pao enjoyer like me. And then later on, he invites me and my friend Ben to his house just to have some drinks, which was very nice of him. He's a really chill guy. And I'm like, all right, I can't come to this guy's house like empty-handed. So I brought him Cian-Pao cards, and I brought him some packs, and so I have the photo on my Twitter.
Where did you get the cards?
I mean, I just had all my cards with me because we were traveling from LAIC.
Oh, okay.
And then those are actually the Cian-Paos. I think I used at Worlds a couple years ago, but I use alt art ones now. So I'm like, here, you can have them. I still have one from Worlds, and I had Baxcaliburs with me. I had Frigivax, and then when I went to the SPE in Argentina, they gave me a pack, and I never opened it. And then then they gave me a prize pack or something. So I'm like, perfect, I can bring them for him. Yeah, I brought the
That's very wholesome.
Yeah, I brought the packs over. Had a good night. Had some drinks. I updated his list on live. He's never like seen like Limitless or anything, so he had his own Chien-Pao list. Very interesting. It was actually not that bad. I introduced him to Iron Hands. He was very hyped when we played some practice. I played some games with him. I showed him Iron Hands. He's like, this card's crazy.
You could take extra prizes. That's sick.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, Jake. There's another Iron Hands player out there.
That's tough.
But no, so shout out Andrea. He was a really sick guy. If I'm ever back in Isla Grande, I'm gonna go diving with him again. I told him he's in Canada. So
that's sick.
Yeah. And then Juancho.
Yeah, like I saw. Sorry,
I was gonna say, one of the commentators, he said that next time I go, I need to dive with a Cian-Pao and a Ziploc bag and take a photo underwater. I'm like, all right, I need to go back next year just for that. So, but sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're good. Yeah, no, I saw your tweet pop up in the top of my thing, but I just like kind of scrolled because I was so busy at that time. And like Elaine, my girlfriend, not to out her, but she sent me your like series of tweets. She goes, "This man is on an adventure," and I was like, "What the hell?" And I like briefly looked at him like, "Why is Elaine sending me Kieran's tweets right now?" And I guess there must have been like a thread or something, right? Like there was a couple tweets in this series.
Well, so I had the first one that I was doing the scuba diving with him with Cian-Pao, and then the follow up was that I went to his place the other day, and then this happened.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so I knew you were up to something. I just didn't particularly know what, and it makes a great pod story. So I guess my ignorance was very bliss there. Very wholesome, indeed, very wholesome.
I'm not gonna lie. I think one of the best things about Pokemon is travel. I had one of the best trips I've ever had on that island, bro. I was doing hiking. I did scuba diving. I was eating good food every day. I was in like Rio. I was going out.
Brazil's great.
I love Brazil. I love South America. I love Buenos Aires. That's one of my favorite cities now. So. No, next year when I go to LAC, maybe I'll pick a new South American country and go there next. So
sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
I also want to bring up that I randomly hit the viral waves this week too.
That's right. Actually, let me pull up your tweet, Aneil.
Do you have it, dude?
Yeah.
I don't know how this happened, guys.
I got to search off the main screen because Elon's thing I'm always scared.
Yeah.
Something's gonna
I'll preface this in the meantime. Sorry, guys, we're kind of off topic here, but this is important stuff. This is important stuff.
Wait, did you retweet your own tweet?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god!
I had to retweet it after for awareness.
Okay. Bro, I got enough awareness. Look at this. How many views does this get? 230,000 views on the Gary.
Dude, I picked up this Gary deck box from my favorite Yomob hut, Manta Trading, and I decided to take a random picture because I thought it looked cool, and I didn't mean for any of this to happen, but I guess I caught some sort of algorithm. And like Ciaran, you mentioned like you liked it when it was at like 15 likes, and it wasn't doing anything. And then I sat down for round one. By the time I was on round five, it had like a ridiculous amount of engagement. I was like, what the hell is going on? And so now every day I'm checking, it's getting like 10K more views each day. So if somehow you are here on this podcast because you saw that tweet, let me know down below. I just want to know something. Like, I doubt it because I pinned the podcast there, but I just need to know, like, if this was all worth something. So, shout out the Gary deck box. Honestly, really baller. Kind of tough to open. I'm not gonna lie. So, my first time opening it, I cut my finger on it. I was using white endgames. Let me get that, and I bled all over my endgame. So I marked all my sleeves. So, aside from that, top 10 experience. I do recommend everybody buys a Gary deck box.
Nice. And buy some
There's also Squidward.
There's Squidward too? Oh, you got them
Yo,
both?
I just like threw something off my shelf, but yeah, I got Squidward too.
Nice. That's hype, bro.
What did I just dash? Oh, it was a PSA 10 Mew VMAX.
Who cares about that?
Yeah.
Deck box more important. So,
Bunch of junk.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Well, back to regular scheduled programming. So, sorry, go ahead.
No, actually, no, you go ahead. What I was gonna say was not important.
Okay. So yeah, what I wanted to bring up, like in this new format, like we have some new decks that maybe we can kind of go over. I know people have been kind of antsy about like whether these decks are real or not. Let's start with Ceruledge. That's one I wanted to kind of discuss. So,
that deck's fake.
what are your initial thoughts on
that
Ceruledge?
Not good. It's like worse Raging
I'm
Bolt.
seeing it win cups, man. I don't know.
Oh my god, bro! It should not be winning cups.
I don't know, man.
Bro, because you literally can't attack when you go second, and then you're just using a 2-prizer to attack like the whole game, and then like I don't know.
I don't think it's good either. But I think it's one of those like Iron Thorns like decks where when people want to just turn their brain off, Ceruledge could be a real deck.
If I go to the online, it sees a crazy amount of play online. Like here, Ceruledge, it's 7%. Yeah, its win rate's 48%.
Jesus.
No. Alright. You're getting farmed by Lost Box, you're getting farmed by Raging Bolt. Okay, apparently you're beating Regidrago. That one I can kind of see. Okay, but
270 is a lot of health, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I just think, is that how much it has? I don't even, yeah, like, just to me, it's just like, I'm like, like it's kind of high maintenance to get the attack going, like on turn 2. Like, you don't always get the knockout, and I'm like, you don't have a 1-prize attacker. Yeah. Sketching me out. You have to play Greninja. You can't play Charizard. So.
All right, so we're signing off on Ceruledge then. We're saying no Ceruledge. Don't play this.
Personally am a Ceruledge hater.
Okay. I'll segue that into something a little bit more positive then. I have been playing a lot of Hydreigon recently. Me and Ciaran, big Hydreigon fans.
That deck's trash.
Yeah, okay. Bro, this guy is not serious. Dino and Hydreigon were two of our like first original Pokemon that we played. Yeah, we were testing on Skype.
We had that song with 2 N's and a Dinos, bro.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. We did some embarrassing things back in the day, but this deck, you know what, man? And as much as I know you don't like it, whatever. I think this deck is not good, but it is very, very fun. I think
I'll give you that.
If there's a couple cards that come out that might support this, it has Dragapult syndrome, is how I like to say it, where it's like Zard, except it requires that extra energy attachment, which derails the entire flex a lot of the time. So I don't know. I like this.
My problem with it is like you're weak to grass, so like Ogremon farms you, and then like also Raging Bolt I feel like farms you. Like if I look at its matchups, let me see here. Yeah, you're getting farmed by Drago, and you're getting farmed by Raging Bolt, which are like the 2 most popular decks. That's the problem. That's why I think the deck's not good. I think you're probably fine into most of the other things, but Regidrago and Raging Bolt make up like a quarter of the metagame. And then if you're trying to get to top tables, Regidrago probably jumps up to like 30% of the metagame at the top tables. So
I don't think it's a regionals deck. I don't think that was ever kind of the idea.
It's definitely not a regional. It's a low, like for sure you can win cups with this deck. I'm positive, but like I'm sure during its lifespan, like one will make top cut to regional eventually. I just think it's an uphill battle if you play this, just based on the numbers of like what the metagame is like.
Yeah, I just think the deck is really cool. Like what it enables, like. The Obsidian's a really fun attack, and like even like crashing headbutt, dude. There's so many games you win that you have no business winning just because you mill something important. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I love it. So we have those two. Okay, what are the other like new decks that we need to go over here and kind of debunk? Okay, Archaludon. This one actually might have some hope.
I mean, the data isn't good on it, but I personally think like there hasn't been the proper build. Like there's no like build yet of Archaludon. Like no one knows like how to build it yet. So this might be a deck that I think some good players need to put some time in and find a build, and it'll probably do well to regional or something, and then like people like play that build. I mean, like just any deck that can use Dialga. Well, the one I clicked on didn't even play Dialga. This one also doesn't play Dialga. Interesting. I don't know. I feel like Dialga has the best V-Star power. Like taking extra turns crazy. So I feel like I don't know, being able to do that. Man, every list I clicked does not play Dialga. Interesting. Maybe
I do actually also refer to Sacramento somewhat as a fraudulent result tournament just because LAIC just happened. So I don't think the top players got a chance to really look into these new archetypes. I don't mean it like to be fraudulent in the sense that it was easy to win, because that's absolutely not true. But I think the new decks were definitely underrepresented, or like new cards probably were underrepresented just because people only had 5 to 6 days to test. So that's another factor in this whole thing. As much as we think we've solved the meta, I don't think we really have.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think Archaludon's cool. I don't know how good it is, but maybe just waiting for the right build.
It's like boneless Duraludon VMAX.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
Yeah.
We have Ancient Box too, which kind of like popped its head back out.
Did it?
A little bit.
What
you gain that Miraidon now.
Oh, that's true. Roaring Moon plays that card too, I think.
Yeah, our boy, top 16 again with Roaring Moon.
Pokehive. Yeah, but before the Miraidon came out. Here, this one.
Oh yes, you're right.
It does 180 if another ancient Pokemon attack last turn. But that's pretty good because you can like one shot like Blood Moon, you can one shot like Fez. So I feel like
as you mentioned, fighting type.
You go this, you go like, all right, like get up, like Catcher Fez, like Judge or something. It could be good.
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, like it's one of those decks where it always felt like it was missing like just like a couple cards from being really, really good. So anytime it gets cards, I think you got to revisit it. You got to respect the drip.
Yeah, I mean, Moon is good into Drago. So like, I mean, like Moon is a fine play, I think, in the format. It does struggle with a lot of the other decks, but yeah, having a good Drago matchup is very good.
Absolutely. Is there anything else out here we got to cover? Maybe Lost Box Pikachu real quick. I mean, I don't think it changed much from original Lost Box. But
it didn't. I really wish we had the rest of the results for Sac, because I want to see how many made top 32. Because like they didn't make top 8, but I mean the deck is good. Like its data is so like 52% win rate online, and the deck is difficult to play. So like that's always a good sign too when a difficult deck has a positive win rate. I mean, the data just looks really good, bro. Like it's bad. It has a bad Regidrago matchup, which is kind of sketch because that's my best deck, I guess. But like I've played the matchup a decent amount. It's actually very, very winnable. Like it's not bad. It's not that bad. So yeah, and then like you pretty much are positive or even into most other things in the field. So I just think Lost Box is really good right now. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. It's a very solid deck.
Yeah, one last hurrah, I guess, so before it all rotates.
Yeah,
it's gonna be kind of sad, like when those cards rotate. Like I haven't thought about it much, but there is a lot of things you're gonna be losing that have been quite iconic over the last couple of years here.
Yeah, bro. The last tournament for a rotation, I feel like I just have to send Lugia, no matter how bad it is. It's like I just.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Bro,
and we don't know when rotation is. We don't know what it is. Like, yeah. So there's a lot going on, but there's a lot of iconic stuff that is going.
Bro, I saw someone made day 2 with like Terrapago's Blender Lugia. Did you see that?
I did see that.
I wish I don't know his name, so I can't pull up the tweet. But like, that was kind of hype.
We got to revisit a lot of this again next week when we get like some full results.
There was actually that new card that came out. Like that's the new Regigigas.
Oh yes, I do know this.
All right, let me pull it up.
I don't know how we're gonna find it, but yeah.
Wait, it'll be on Poke Beach.
Dude, I haven't been on Poke Beach in years.
Bro, go read my articles.
Sorry, man.
Here we go, Regigigas. So quad colorless 100. If your opponent's active as a Terra, it does 330. They literally just are like, all right, one shot Charizard.
Yeah. Is this going to be out though before we rotate in theory?
Yeah, it's coming out in the EV set, so the next one.
Okay. Speaking of EV set, we gotta have a discussion about EV set real quick before we hop off here. What the hell is going on?
So, bro,
why are the ETBs are $600?
Wait, what do you mean $600?
They're trading. So, like the Pokemon Center ETBs, the pre-orders are trading at $550 on TCG Player.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I need to get more involved.
I bought every single. Yeah, bro, I gotta put you on, man. I gotta put you on. We make so much money off this stuff.
The one thing I wanted to point
out, you gotta just as soon as you see a Pokemon Center link go live, just go.
You're right. I should just buy it. My parents will love me putting more stuff in their basement.
Absolutely.
Okay, so did you know this was happening? Okay, do you know what card this is?
The hell is that? Is that Carmine?
Bro, this is Airy.
What is this?
This is Airy.
This is Airy?
Yeah, I saw this on my timeline. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, oh, a new card? No, people are like, this is Airy. This is what she looks like.
No.
She doesn't have a get up.
I need an explanation.
This is just normal Airy, bro. Well, she's not cosplaying as I forget what their team is called in the video game, but this is her thing.
This is crazy.
This is Giacomo. I don't know this person's name.
That one at least makes sense. Like, at least the Giacomo one looks kind of similar.
Who's this? You know who this is?
Who the hell is that? Is that Hassel? Hassel without hair? Like old Hassel?
I don't know.
This is like a good guessing game, actually. I don't know who these people are.
This person.
One of them is
this. I don't know the name, but I know what their other card looks like. This person.
Crispin?
No, this isn't Crispin. Is this Crispin? I thought this was the person they have like the pink. I don't know.
Lacey?
Yeah, is this Lacey?
I don't know. This is like getting catfished, bro. This is crazy.
So anyway, I just thought it was funny. I wanted to show you this. I was just shocked by this, bro. If my opponent, like, if I was at like an IC or something, and I played against someone like Japanese or someone, they played this against me, I'd be like, yo, is this like an unreleased card? I'm like, what is this?
This is like a 30-minute judge translation error
bro,
thing.
If they told me this was Airy, I'd be like, bro, like, you're lying. Like, what is this? Like,
yeah, like, yo, you're tweaking, bro. Open your eyes, man. What are you talking about? So, new Ogremon? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, this is the other reason I want to pull this up for you. This is the new Ogremon, bro.
Yo.
I kind of like the alt art we have now better, honestly, than this one.
This one's kind of like freakishly like sharp. Like I don't know. It looks kind of scary.
Bro, the hype alt art I really like is this one. I think this one's sick. The blood.
That's pretty cool. The bear.
Yeah.
All of them look pretty good. Even the Gholdengo is really, really nice.
Yeah, the Gholdengo. Yeah, it's like okay. I don't like the one we have right now either. This is kind of cool actually.
You don't like the one we have right now?
No, it's kind of goofy.
Dude, it's so sick.
No, it's goofy.
I'm a proud owner of 4 of those alt arts. I think they're going to go to the moon.
This one's I like this one a lot, the Dragapult.
That's pretty cool too, yeah.
Yeah,
for everyone on Spotify, I sincerely apologize, but just for us, these cards are really nice.
You can look them up while you're listening. The Trap Goes is like beautiful too.
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. They're doing a really good job with these cards. I really do like the prismatic borders, like the colors we got going on. I don't know. I think people are just like kind of hyping this set because of Eevee. I think in a parallel universe where this comes out 10 years ago, I don't think anybody budges a muscle. But you know what? And I think people are going to artificially increase the price of the set. It's going to go crazy. If y'all can get some of the set.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But if y'all can get your hands on this set, get this set and just keep it sealed. It's like better than stocks, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So, no, the set looks pretty cool. The art's really nice. Competitive-wise, it's not that good. But we get new Professor Research arts. You can play my boy, Professor Birch.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I don't know if I'll switch for my full art Junipers, but I like Birch. We got Elm.
So all the professors are there.
Yeah. The new Juniper, I don't know. I don't like this one. Her hair looks kind of weird. Tui.
Yo.
Got Rowan.
The dog.
I think Rowan has like the least aura of all the professors.
He's got like 0 aura, bro.
Yeah, negative aura. Sycamore kind of has aura. I like Sycamore.
My dog Magnolia. Magnolia's a real one, bro.
Yeah, I like Magnolia too. But I mean, Juniper's the OG, so I just always use Juniper.
Juniper's your OG.
What do you mean? She's the
first. There was a professor. I mean, there was.
I guess you're right. Oak was the original one back in base set, but.
Yeah, you're not a boomer like that, bro.
Well, when they switched to supporters, it was Juniper first.
Yes.
And then Sycamore, but yeah.
There you go. All right, now we're just rambling.
All right, and before we end, we have a couple shout outs we have to give. All right.
Yes, we do.
Number 1, we have for Viraj. He got day 2 at his first ever regional in seniors in Sacramento. So Viraj, I'm very proud of you. Congrats on the big finish.
Shift Gear fam, let's go.
Appreciate you. And then I was supposed to give this shout out last week, but I was like exhausted falling asleep on our pod last week. I had to shout out Julian, my round 3 opponent from LAIC. Super chill guy. Also watches the pod. So sorry for not shouting out last week, but shout out this week.
Shout out Julian. I don't know Julian, but I'm sure he's a great guy. So actually, I want to announce something real quick before we hop off. If you want a bucket hat, we can still ship you bucket hats, but Ciaran and I have pre-ordered a small amount. I mean, a very, very small amount of bucket hats that we're going to be having on hand at Toronto Regionals. So if you wanted a bucket hat, but you didn't want to get it shipped, and you were lazy like me, and you're like, yo, I can't be bothered to put in my credit card details, that is your time. You can message us now to kind of pre-order them. We'll save one for you. But if you're looking for a bucket hat, we're giving out some bucket hats. So come through, come early. I wanted to do a big like shift gear thing for Toronto Regionals, but it's coming up so fast. I don't think it's gonna work. But maybe next year I'll rent out like a banquet hall and I'll throw a jam. I'll get like a Jamaican DJ in there and I'll dress up as an Ogremon. Let's really send it.
No, you'll not dress
But
up
we'll
as an
see.
Ogremon.
Hey,
You can dress up
never
as
know, but
Ogre Pod. You cannot dress up as Ogremon.
no one knows the difference.
I'm not. No cultural appropriation of the shift gear, no.
Well, anyways, so I have my Portuguese Ogremon. We're gonna sign off. I was gonna say in Portuguese, but I don't speak Portuguese still. Did you pick up anything while you were down there?
No, I like when I was in Buenos Aires. I actually understand Spanish pretty well, but Portuguese I understand like not anything. So.
All right, so we're gonna sign off in English then.
Yeah.
We will see y'all next week. Thank you for being here as always. Let us know down below. I don't know. Let us know something cool. Let us know what's good. I don't know. Tell me about your life. Give me something. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out.
Later.